Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nona from TheLionLover.com. In today's video, we will be comparing some of the recommendations for Cameron Diaz based on two systems, the Kibbe system and the conventional body type system. Sometimes it is also referred to as the fruit body system. In that system, Cameron is a rectangle or a banana shape, and in the Kibbe system, she is a flamboyant natural. So before we look at some outfits, let's just briefly talk about Cameron's silhouette and body. So for Kibbe, she is a flamboyant natural, meaning she has a softened yang frame, which is dominated by broadness, elongation, bluntness, and width. And she also has that extra dose of yang in her flesh. She is quite lean and straight and more muscular as opposed to a little bit more soft and fleshy. In the conventional body type theory, she is a rectangle or a banana, meaning she has an approximately similar width between her shoulders and her hips, and her waist is relatively straight. So what does conventional body shape theory seek to do? So this outdated theory tends to want to impose an hourglass shape onto every body by creating more balance, but that balance often looks like adding more curve, even if there is no curve, creating segments and creating a different kind of top and bottom balance to mimic an hourglass. There are some nuances to this, and I will talk about that later, but the reason that conventional body shape theory often frustrates people is because it does not celebrate one's actual body. It seeks to impose an illusion onto that body. So for these two examples here, this is a good example of the push-up bra being used to create more curve in hopes of creating more of that hourglass shape, the top and bottom being such a high contrast color combination seeks to create segments between top and bottom to break up the line and create more of a waist. The cinching at the waist and the volume below the waist also is trying to create that hourglass shape. And here on this side, we are seeing a lot of round shapes trying to create some more softness on the upper body, a forced kind of waist, and again, more volume on the lower body to create more of that hourglass shape. Another little technique used is to create a little bit of perk on the shoulder, because this will add some more visual interest that will distract away from the waist and create a little bit more width and interest at the shoulders. Again, this is all in hopes of creating a shoulder and a hip that are equal with a smaller waist in between. Now let's compare the conventional body type kinds of outfits versus outfits that are more aligned with what Kibbe recommends for flamboyant naturals. So again, for the conventional body shapes, we are seeing forced waist definition and forced volumes and a little bit more of that segmentation and some more roundness. Here on the right side, we are seeing a total lack of that. There's no forced waist definition. There is a nice, clean, uncluttered line from the top of the garment to the bottom of the garment, no matter the actual length of it. There's that strong, bold sweep. We have more open, strong, decisive necklines, and this kind of dress style celebrates the rectangle body or the kind of column-like body that Cameron naturally has. So here, when we see Cameron's shape being celebrated, the outfit really elevates her look and it harmonizes with her beauty. Whereas when a shape is being imposed upon Cameron's body, we're seeing a kind of constraining effect. Here are some more examples, and we'll focus on segmentation between top and bottom. So here on the left, we don't see strong blocking, whether it's color blocking, blocking due to strong bold belting. It's quite continuous with a bit of diagonal, with vertical dominating the outfit, and it just looks very free. She looks very lovely. We see Cameron's body being celebrated. Here on this side, we're seeing that strong belting. We're seeing those volumes being put on the top and bottom to create more of that hourglass shape. We're seeing strong color contrast to create discontinuity from the top and the bottom to break up that column. So here again, her body is not being embraced. Another little strategy from the conventional body theory is to use detail to add a bit more visual interest to the top and bottom to distract from the waist. On the other hand, Kibbe recommends that flamboyant naturals use a rather uncluttered approach when it comes to details and to use bold, clear prints. Here, the prints don't really apply, but what we're seeing is a clean, uncluttered look. We're not seeing too many little ornaments, too many little effects, too many little details. Here, we're seeing a lot of details from the distressing and the wash on the jeans to the high amount of color blocking to the ruching to the big bright polka dots. There is just a lot going on, and it starts to look a little cluttered. And here in this slide, I just wanted to point out sleeves and the importance of sticking to your true persona or kind of your true vibe. So for Kibbe's system, he recommends, again, those long, clean sweeps, which do and can include slimmer fitted sleeves. They don't have to be the clingiest sleeves, but they can be more slim. Whereas in conventional body theory, rectangle shapes are often recommended to use big sculptural sweeping sleeves to create, again, more volume on either the top or the bottom half of the body and to distract from the waist, because the column like body will theoretically be exacerbated by slim fitted sleeves like so. So again, the conventional body theory just really wants to take away from the natural shape one has and to distract from it, or to add these illusory volumes onto it to really just change it. And this ties into persona, because instead of embracing this flamboyant natural style or aesthetic, one is pushed towards a more ornamental, intricate, and tailored kind of style. Now, anyone can wear an easy breezy aesthetic, and anyone can wear a more detailed and intricate kind of aesthetic, but that has to be accommodated after the silhouette is accommodated. So it's not supposed to really dictate the outfit creation or the ensemble. Your body, your silhouette, ideally, is the one that first and foremost informs what kinds of clothes and items that you are choosing. And then your sense of aesthetic can be brought into the picture. So that brings us to the moral of the story. Don't try to balance yourself, because usually what that means is trying to create more of that hourglass shape. Balance in terms of conventional body shape theory or fruit body theory is really aiming to maintain the illusion of an hourglass, of a very symmetrical, or balanced with between the shoulders and the hips and a small waist in between. Whereas in the Kibbe system, your natural shape is really celebrated, and the recommendations of the Kibbe system seek to show off what you actually have, and that looks much more freeing as opposed to the illusory constraints that one can put upon themselves by creating a different shape or superimposing a different shape onto them. That being said, there are some overlaps between the systems, which is to be expected. There's no system that is 100% correct or incorrect. And the strong overlap between Kibbe and conventional body shape theory in terms of dressing this kind of body type, which is the rectangle or the flamboyant natural, is to use elongated coats and jackets with strategic volumes. In the Kibbe system, this is employed to create or to embrace their organic elongation, and the book just helps mimic some of the broadness in their frame. In the conventional body shape theory, they recommend these long coats because it will be slimming, which is kind of the same thing in the Kibbe system. The slimming effect is very similar to the elongating effect, but the conventional body shape theory recommends the volumes because it will again either add bulk to the top or to the bottom to create a little bit more contrast between the lower half of the body and the bottom half of the body. Another little overlap between these two systems is that they recommend against the use of short boxy jackets. The Kibbe system recommends against it for the flamboyant natural because it will break their continuous vertical line, and according to conventional body shape theory, they recommend against these short boxy jackets because it will draw a little bit more attention to the waist and add more bulk to the waist. So that was my video on some of the outfits that Cameron Diaz wears. I think she's so lovely, and she has such a fun and fresh persona that I often just see her persona instead of her clothes because she just is so, I guess, potent in her vibe and attitude. And I think that is something we can all aspire to be so potent in our own expression that, the clothes become secondary. But that is what I will have to say about conventional body shape theory. I do think that there is room for conventional body shape theory to really serve in terms of embracing the body if you actually do have an hourglass, and the hourglass shape is what dominates your frame, which I will get into in future videos. But for the body types that don't fall into that hourglass frame, I don't think the conventional body shape theory has too much to offer because a lot of it is just so focused on the spectrum, or I guess the binary of are you an hourglass or not. I will see you in the next video. Bye.